players. Let the pros show you how to make money. General Manager Al DeMarco, a regular contributor on Fox Sports, MSNBC, and Comcast Sports TV, brings over 25 years of handicapping experience to the table. CEO Steve Budin, the author of Bets, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, is the man responsible for creating the online betting industry. Together, they lead the world's largest online sports handicapping community, your #1 source for winners.
Week 14 of the NFL season kicking off tonight with the Pittsburgh Steelers at home once more, laying 2 touchdowns against the Cleveland Browns, a team they have absolutely dominated, winning 14 of the last 15 in the series straight up. Hi everyone, Al DeMarco here along with Steve Budin, and this is your Thursday night edition of the Countdown to Kickoff program, the only nationally televised show to break down all of your NFL action every week from a point spread perspective. And Steve, listen, I look at this game one way. The Steelers come into this contest having won 7 of their last 8 games. The only loss in the closing seconds at home when they were upset by Baltimore last month. I was impressed with how they went out last week and took control against Cincinnati, a Bengals team that's been ultra competitive all season long. I mean, really hammered them in the second quarter en route to a 35-7 win. Easy cover against the Bengals. The offense was really rolling. And what impressed me was they were coming off that lethargic performance the previous Sunday night at Kansas City.
And all season long, when you catch Pittsburgh off either an embarrassing loss or a lethargic win, they always seem to play good at home. And now we're getting into that meat of the season where, look, at the end of the day, when you have a veteran quarterback like Ben Roethlisberger, who's been there and he's done that, he knows how important it is to play good at this time of the year. And the last thing they're going to let themselves do at home is come out with one of those lethargic wins against Cleveland. I think they come out here guns blazing. I like the Steelers. I think they blow this team away.
Well, as for the Browns, 4-16 against the spread. So let's put it another way. They've only covered 4 times in their last 20 games, guys, over the past couple of years. And they were hammered as a 6.5-point home dog last week by Baltimore 24-10. Could not stop Ray Rice. Of course, they haven't been able to stop any running backs this season. They're number 31 in the league against the run. FYI, there's only 32 teams, giving up 4.4 yards a carry, 151 yards a game. So I think that Pittsburgh ground game, which really hasn't been too successful with Mendenhall this season, I think they can get that going tonight. It wouldn't surprise me to see them try to get the ground game going earlier. And if they do, it just makes Roethlisberger all the more dangerous.
Right, and 2 key games during the week, the Thursday night game and the Sunday night game. Sunday night's a bailout. Thursday's a bankroll builder, because what you want to do now is you want to get off to a good start and have a little extra bankroll going into Sunday's games, and that always puts that Thursday night game under a microscope. It becomes very important, a game that normally wouldn't be like this one. So I think it's important as you're looking at it to remember, who do you want at the end of the day? The bad team or the good team? I know that sounds ultra simple, but it really just comes down to that sometimes. In this day and age, you don't want to be putting good money on bad teams.
Well, and Steve, a former bookmaker, the guy who gave birth to what you now know as the offshore sportsbook betting industry, you have said many times here on this show that sometimes the obvious is the play. And the obvious here is Pittsburgh. Now listen, I can tell you that the Steelers are just 3-8 against the spread the last 11 times they've laid double digits. But again, you've got a Browns team that has lost 14 of the last 15 in the series, and a Browns team that's covered just 4 times in their last 20 games overall. I don't see any reason to support Colt McCoy in this game.
You know what I love about you? Give me half a second to tell you. You never change. You always are very consistent with the way that you play. I think that's why you have such a good record. You can either be that way or you can be the guy out there that's always looking to uncover the big upset. Always looking to find the trick, to find the trap, to find the game that you can stick your chest out and say, you see, I told you this team was going to win, but you're going to lose with that strategy at the end of the year, because those upsets, they come far and few in between. Better off locking into a style just like you do. And I know from watching you for the last 8 years, when a good team plays a bad team, if you're going to choose, you're going to choose a good team.
Right, and listen, it doesn't always pay off. It didn't pay off if you were on the Steelers against Kansas City 2 Sundays ago. But if you came right back and you were resilient and willing to invest again on the Steelers last week, it did pay off in spades. And in this particular game, if you're going to play it, I'm not. I would say go ahead and lay the 2 touchdowns and just don't even look back and just convince yourself Steelers are going to win this handily, and that's the only way to play it. We're not going to have another upset like we did last Thursday night when a team quit in front of everybody on national TV, the Eagles, and a 3-point home dog, Seattle, hammered them.
Right.
We're not having that type of upset here this evening.
No, Cleveland's not that type of team. There's a reason they call them the Browns.
Okay, there you go, guys. Hey, remember, catch us tomorrow when we will be returning with our Sunday edition of the Countdown to Kickoff program. So tonight, Steve Buden, Al DeMarco, we're both on the Steelers, not necessarily with our own money, but we'll definitely catch you again tomorrow as we break down all your Sunday's action. Good luck, everybody.